I want to take this time and opportunity to apologize and admit my huge error in judgment concerning one, what's his name? Romelu
Yeah.
Lukaku, aka Mark Henry, aka Lukaka, aka Audley Harrison. I made an extreme rare lapse of judgment.
L-Force, man.
And while there were circumstances which I will get to afterwards, because I've got my smoking gun, it's my fault that I allowed this guy that's Murata.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz on the Round Table Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guys, The Truth and ST in the building. How are you doing, people?
All good, man.
All good,
Listen, I've been waiting for this.
And people, you can see him. He's here. You know what it is. You know what time it is. Every time he comes here, it's a special occasion because he takes time off from his cooking show. Rash is in the building.
You have to cut like a militant, bro.
Huh?
Like, pop, 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 pop. Done. I teach you how to cut, bro. Man is a pro cutter these days. Bang.
What you saying, my guy?
I am good. I am good. I've missed you lot. I've missed all of you. There's a few boys who are not here today, but I'll get back to them later. But yeah, I hope everybody is good. I haven't been a while since I've been on, but I'm excited to be back on because as me and put a little deal down to the boys at the beginning of the season, we're about to collect. We're about to collect. So I'll pass it back to explain a bit
and
more.
Done it again. I mean, my name is on the screen. It's on the screen.
Sorry, TJ. We'll put it back to TJ. We put it back to TJ. No, to be honest, I can't see that.
Made that mistake
I can't see it on my screen. I can't see it on my screen. Sorry. TJ, I'll pass it to TJ. He will tell you all about the deal between us and the man there.
We're not getting into that yet. We're not getting into that.
Oh, we're not? Okay. I thought that was the beginning. I thought that was the beginning.
It was only the beginning if you weren't here. But since you're here, we'll...
Okay. We can save it. We can save it. I'm happy to save it. I got time.
People, you know, it's just going to be ultimate chaos for this episode.
This body's going to be a mess.
I'm telling you, but people, you know, we love it. Love it when all the man them are here. All the man them are not here. It is what it is.
Where's KA?
KA, you know what KA is? He's an enigma, bro. He turns up when he feels like it. But let's be honest, it's past his bedtime anyway, so it doesn't matter. We can't even falling asleep.
You get him on the call, you're falling asleep again.
But people, yes, it is Footie Chat. It's time again. Season's done. So we're going to be wrapping up the Premier League, everything that has happened in the Premier League over the past weekend and the season on a whole. But before we start, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. I say all the time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Only one place to start, obviously. The league is done. Manchester City are the champions of the Premier League again. It's the fourth time in 5 years that Pep and his team have collected the Premier League trophy. It was an absolute madness on that last day. I don't think anyone would have predicted at 76 minutes that Liverpool will be 1-1 at home to Wolves and that City will be 2-0 down to Aston Villa. But it was a madness of 6 minutes where Liverpool went ahead and then City came back and won 3-2 goals from Gundogan. And who was the other person?
Rodri.
Who was the other person?
Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri. Oh, that was a finish as well. Yeah. And it's history. It's in the history books. Manchester City are champions. ST, I'm going to come to you first. It was a madness on the last day, but City have come out on top. In terms of them winning the league title this season, where does it rank? Out of all the Premier League titles that Pep has won so far, where does it rank? Because he says it's probably the greatest league title that he's won. He's called his player legends. But in your opinion, where does it rank in terms of Premier League titles that Pep has won so far?
It's one of his best, but I don't think it's his best. For me, I think the two that were better that were the Centurion ones. And then the other one that he won where Liverpool were pushing him all the way and it was 90. I think when Kompany scored that last minute, that goal, that banger against Leicester. I thought those two were better than this one because I don't think this Man City team was as good. However, I think they just did enough. They did enough throughout the whole year to win. Liverpool were very consistent, but I'm going to say something really, people are going to be thinking what you're saying, but it's weird. I don't think Liverpool put as much pressure as they could, especially on that last day. Because, Man City were down 2-0. Liverpool were never actually ahead in the title race, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, if, for example, Liverpool had started off a lot stronger, maybe 2-0 and stuff like that, and Man City would have started, maybe that would have put more pressure. I always still thought, even when Liverpool were losing to were beating Wolves and stuff like that, I always had this feeling that Man City would come back because Liverpool weren't putting as much pressure as they could, if you understand what I mean. They didn't start well against Wolves. Wolves played very well. But to answer your question, I think it's a very good win, but I don't think it's better than the other two I mentioned.
No, fair enough. I think a lot of people would say that. I think with this one, I think it was the emotion, and I think what added to that was the fact that they were 2-0 down, and the fact that Liverpool were drawing, and they came back and won it 3-2. Because in the group, we were all calling for Pep's P45 because we were just like, yo, if he throws this away, bruv, McGee's toilets, I told you, man, already, bruv, because I genuinely believe if Liverpool would have won the league, they would have went and won the quadruple. And then I would have had to see, ST and I would have to sit there and listen to the shit from the Liverpool fans saying they've equaled the Premier League record, saying their quadruple trumps our treble and blah, 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 blah. So Pep did the business in the end. But Rash, in terms of Liverpool, this is the second time they've been the nearly men. I just want to get your opinion because you don't like either manager, but I just want to hear from you. For Liverpool, did they miss a chance? Did they miss a trick here? Did they miss a chance to win this Premier League title, especially the fact that they clawed their way back from being behind 14 points in January to now?
Completely agreed. I think, don't get me wrong, look, I do say a lot of things about Liverpool in the chat about, look, them lot being on the blue pump asthma attack. Half the team are just taking drugs on PEDs, whatnot, but they're a good outfit, bruv. You can't underestimate, even if they are on drugs, why isn't everybody else doing it? Yeah. So I can't use that as an excuse, even though I want it to be the main excuse. I can't, because you look at some of the players that they brought through, they recruit so bloody well. Look at Diaz. Look at Jota. Let's forget about Diaz for a second. Let's look at Jota. Jota's like an enigma. He was good at Wolves, but he wasn't like on this level that he's playing at now. Man's keeping Firmino out of the team. And for me, I think Firmino technically is a better player and offers more to the team than Jota does, but Jota keeps him out. I don't know why, but yeah, I just think Firmino offers so much more to that squad, and I kind of feel like he might leave this season to get a starting spot somewhere else, but that's just me thinking out loud. I think he deserves to be in that squad over Jota, but Jota is just, he's explosive. Like, the man gets bare headers. He's so small for a man who scores a lot of headers, and I'm so surprised by that. But yeah, they missed a trip, man. They did miss a trip, and I think it was that game against Spurs at home, which they drew. which
Yeah.
they really should have won. Looking at the chances that they've created, there's a couple of games that they drew. Like they drew against Chelsea, which they really should have won.
They should have beaten Man City.
Yeah, they should have beaten
You
Man
think?
City. I mean, Chelsea.
I
I'm
Yeah,
sure Man
they
City were
should
up in that game.
They were up. It was Man City, then it was 1-1, then it was 2-1, then it was 2-2. But
Yeah.
Liverpool had better chances.
Liverpool had better chances, yeah.
And even against us, like it was like the first game of the season, we were down to 10 men at Anfield and we drew.
Yeah.
You know, so these little things, it's what makes champions at the end of the day, right? And I got to give it to Pep, man. He gets a lot of stick for obviously spending so much money, buying whatever he wants to buy, but you got to make the players work together. And we've seen that over the years where people can come in and just spend money and it doesn't work. Like look at United, right?
Exactly.
They've come and spent shit money on players, but you need that coach, you need that well, I say it, that mentality and just a good coach to cheat them. And as much as I don't like Pep and how much as I think he's a fraud, you got to tip your hat to the guy, because all these guys, they've got massive egos. Football's not the same, man. Back in the day, like these guys are a bunch of ponies. They're a bunch of boys. They're not men, yeah. But Pep's ideology, I give it to the guy, because he has to keep them all on the straight and narrow, and he does that to a point. And if they fuck up, or like if they go out and like on a booze cruise like Grealish did, he outs them. He fully outs them in front of the press. He's like, "Oh, my boys went out to clubbing the other night, but they're not gonna play. They've been fined because they didn't invite me." So man, like he's a joker. He's entertainment. For me, they deserved it this season. They scored the most goals.
Yeah.
They conceded probably I don't know if they conceded the less, but that whole team from top to bottom is unrivaled, bruv. If we were to pick a team of the season, there'd probably be 5 or 6 City players in there without even a thought, bruv.
No, 100. 100%.
It would be a toss-up between like Liverpool players and maybe like, I don't know,
Son.
You might think, Son. Son's the only player that I'd put in team of the season, and it'd be a bunch of Liverpool players
Maybe
and a
Bowen.
bunch of City players. Nah, see, like, would you put Bowen ahead of like a De Bruyne?
No.
So
No,
like,
exactly. No,
I mean,
no.
it's
No,
just
100% right.
but it's, for me, I don't like them both, but Man City, they got it done when they had to, and I'm so glad that they did, because like you said, I couldn't live with it if Liverpool won the treble, even a quadruple. Like I couldn't live with it. No way. It was that happening.
100%, and this is it. And as much as you said, as much as everyone gives Pep stick, it's 4 Premier League titles in 5 years. It's the competition where it's over 38 games. So if you win the league, it's because you were the best consistently. Truth, obviously, you were backing the wrong horse in Klopp. To be fair, people, Truth said it. He was pretty much back in Liverpool since about November. And if we go back to a conversation that we had before the Cup of Nations, we said if Liverpool were there or thereabouts, we could see them winning it. They clawed back a massive gap that I don't think anyone else could claw back, and they just came up short. Rash brought up the biggest game for me was that Spurs game. I think that's what cost them. I think that's what cost them the title. I know it's Spurs, it's a difficult game, it's Conte and whatnot, but I think that was the game that costed them. But Truth, for you, how do you sum up City winning the league and Liverpool coming up short? Do you give Pep the credit that he deserves in terms of winning this league title? Or do you have more respect for Klopp and the way that he has gone about the Premier League this season? Bear in mind, a lot of people were calling Liverpool, saying that Liverpool could finish outside the top 4 at the beginning of the season.
Well, and you guys know my answer when it comes to Man City and their achievements. You know, I went to PSG Stadium the other day, and I was out there calling out all those fake, bought, cheap metal trophies that they went to Harrods to buy. No one gives a crap about these trophies. Does anyone really care that Man City won a title? everyone actually cares more that Liverpool didn't win. No one cares about Man City winning a title. Don't. Let's not give undue credit. Yeah, the whole point of the title, Premier League title nowadays, is that who can beat this Man City team, this cheap Man City team. It's like you're trying to beat this freaking It's like you're playing a fighting game and you're trying to beat the cheap boss. You know he's cheap. It's not about the boss. It's just about how you beat the boss. Yeah, how you finally overcome that. It's nothing about City, man. I don't want to hear much about Pep and his achievements. The team is a bought team, based on money. Yes, he's done well to manage that team, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. No one cares. No one outside Man City cares. Even in Man City, people don't care. Look at their parade.
I said there was 5 people.
There was a few people out there cheering. Most of the people didn't even know about the parade. They were just going shopping in the centre, and they flipping happened to walk into the parade. I don't hear nothing about City's achievements, man. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Let's be real. Everyone, either you were upset that Liverpool, either that you didn't want Liverpool to win it because you didn't want them to do the quadruple. Man United fans didn't want them to equal the title, or you wanted Liverpool to win it because you wanted them to witness history. No one really wanted Man City to win the title because you said, "Oh, we love Man." No one cares. No one cares about that trophy. So at the end of the day, let's be real. It was all about Liverpool. Even in their loss, respect to what they did. Like, let's be real. This City team is a juggernaut. Like, they're a juggernaut. Imagine Pep Guardiola lost Kevin De Bruyne and trying to think who else.
Diaz has been out for a period of time as well.
I know Diaz has been out for a time, but then they've got thingy that they could throw in, so it's not even a big miss. Let's say Pep Guardiola lost Kevin De Bruyne and Edison for a month. I'm not even for a month through injury. A month because they're playing. So when they come back, they're tired as well.
Yeah.
De Bruyne was injured for most of the season, bro.
No, but he only misses 1 or 2 weeks and he's back.
No, it wasn't even 1 or 2 weeks.
He was injured for most of the season.
Yeah.
That's why no. But that's why I was upset that he won Player of the Year because I'm like, he was out for at least 2 months of the season. Yeah, bro. Rob, don't you remember? He was injured for the first part of the season. He was injured.
It wasn't 2 months though.
No, I'm saying when
it was not 2 months.
No. When you put all the time that he's been out together, it equates to like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, but that's fine. You can accept your players missing like 2 weeks and coming back. These guys are being rested during that 2 weeks. I'm talking about losing Mane and Salah in Africa when people are flying in. You know them African people and their tackles. You know they're going studs up. No mercy in that heat. We know them Bushmen over there as well. They have no mercy. Going all the way to the final, extra time galore, and then having to come back and then still have the energy to remain in a title race. Like no other team could do that.
Blue pump. I've told you about the blue pump. Yeah, these mans, they had so much energy is because they're drugged up to their fucking eyeballs, bruv.
Even with the blue pump, you need to have the mentality to even stay in. You need, because blue pump doesn't affect your mentality. These guys are to keep in there for this long. It needs to be respected. I don't care. Even in their loss, we need to respect it. In fact,
sorry, true. Sorry.
So we're laughing at
the reason why we're laughing is because we got two lurking in the background.
This guy needs to start lurking and making a good one. But yeah, these guys are, for me, Liverpool's second place finish deserves more respect than Man City's title win, in my opinion.
I can't agree with that.
In my opinion. In my opinion, Man City's titles don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. I'm sorry.
No, I hear you. Listen, I'm not big. Listen, Pep has got a lot to answer for, and I hear you. You make a good point about Mane and Salah, especially when they both got to the final, and they had to play straight away. I get it, but you don't get medals for second place, bro. As bad as it sounds, it's not only them. There's other people.
Nah, we need to respect the journey. We need to respect the journey. Because we're not dealing with fair competition. We're operating at two different two different platforms when it comes to financial.
Well,
You
also,
got City, yeah. You got City, who even if KDB doesn't play, you've got Bernardo in there. Bernardo can bang. You've got Foden in there. You got Rodri in there. You got Gundogan in there. Even in defense, they lose Diaz. You still got Laporte. You still got John Stones. Flipping Nathan Aki. People don't even remember that he cost 50 mil, 40 mil. Walker, he goes out. You can put Cancelo right back. You got Zinchenko coming in. These guys are all established internationals that you can put in that position. Liverpool have, if they lose Diaz while he was balling, you have to put Origi up there.
Legend.
You have to put Origi.
Kevin De Bruyne missed 8 games.
Is what?
Kevin missed 8 games in the season, and 13 of those games in total, some were off the bench. So in total, he did 25 games, 90 minutes.
No, he played 30 games. That 30 out of 30 is a beautiful amount. It's more than enough for me. I'm sorry.
That's still quite a bit.
It's more than enough. I remember KDB when he didn't play sometime was him being rested. So because they could afford it. They're operating at 2 different levels here. And for Liverpool to finish so close and be 15 minutes away from the title, for me, it's more respect than this fake bought 2000.
No, sorry, bro. Like it's like you doing all the journey, but then at the end of the day, you still get thrown off the train, bro. Like,
no, you know it's like? It's like me racing, yeah. It's like me racing, and then 100 meters, and the guy that wins the 100 meters has been pumped full of drugs, but he gets the race because it was years ago, but the drugs are still in his bloody system. But ratings for me for coming next to him.
That's gonna be KA. That's gonna be KA.
Ow.
So you're saying Gatling?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold your Gatling, yeah?
That's what I'm saying. City are Gatling. For all the athletics people out there. Go search him up.
Look. I understand it. Look, at the end of the day, I completely understand where the truth is coming from in terms of the finances and the other end of the spectrum, because this is what people tend to forget. Liverpool don't have City money. Liverpool even got United money. They're under American owners, but their recruitment is so good, you tend to forget that, right? Because they go and buy the players that suit the system, suit the style of play, and suit the manager. That's why a Jota can come in from Wolves and bang. That's why Luis Diaz can come in and bang, because the team is settled and they've got a system and a style of play that is conducive to the players that are being brought in. So when you look at all of that and see that Liverpool competed with City all the way in the Premier League title and lose it by 15 minutes, you can understand
while going far in every single other competition.
Exactly, and they played every single game afforded to them this season. And when you lose Mane, Salah, Keita, right, to the
they won those games.
To the Cup of Nations. Yeah,
but still, that's impressive, though.
And then when you look at it, Fabinho has been injured for long parts of the season. Joel Matip has been, I know they bought Konate in, but Joel Matip, Trent started the season injured, so did Andy Robertson, they've had injuries as well. So when you put all of that together, you have to respect and they're still on for a treble. We don't know what's going to happen. So you got to respect everything that Liverpool have done. At the same time, you still got to respect City. I know in terms of them buying everything, and we are gonna have this Klopp versus Pep debate on a different show. But you still got to manage the players, you still got to manage the expectations, you still got to deal with the pressure. And as I said, there's nothing like winning the Premier League, because it's who's consistent over that period of time. I know obviously the Champions League has escaped Pep, and he's still on fraud watch for that. And we know, as we all know, Haaland is imminent, so there's no excuses next season in terms of the Champions League for Pep. If he doesn't win that, it's still back to McDee's toilets, bruv, for him to be working. But
one thing I want to say, you touched on it on the pressure point. For me, out of the two, Pep has more pressure than Klopp. Fact.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
100.
Reason being, because he spent the P.
And he's Pep.
And he's Pep. Yeah. With Klopp can have an excuse. Klopp's excuse can be, we've not had the money on the investment. So if they finish second like they have, that's going to be his excuse. He's going to be like, we tried, but City bought £100 million player. But then the pressure is on Pep and the team to perform because they've spent £100 million on the player. So you can't turn around and say to me that it's easy for Pep. Yeah, it's easy because he has money, but there's more pressure when he puts that pressure on himself.
No, 100%. I hear that.
He's won 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
I'm sorry. I don't believe in this pressure because he's not like he's coming to a team that was unfamiliar with winning. They won under Mancini for crying out loud. They won under Pellegrini for crying out loud. In fact, wait, how many titles did Pellegrini win? Was it 2 or 1?
1.
I think.
No, it was 1. Yeah, because he won it.
And I know Mancini.
The next season, I think they finished second, and then they got rid of him.
Yeah, Mancini won 1 as well, I think.
Yeah,
2014.
Yeah.
So it's not like he came into an unfit. This guy is the king of winning titles. Shall I tell you why he's the king of winning titles? Because his squads are big enough and have enough quality to last a 38 games season. No other squad is capable of doing that. But okay, fine. Yeah. If I give him ratings in terms of pressure, it's the fact that he done it while Liverpool were chasing him. But in terms of doing it over a 38-game season, his squad is well set to do that because you've got the likes of 100 million Grealish to come on. You got the likes of not even playing Jesus sometimes. You got the likes of not even playing some of your better players. Gundogan, I said Gundogan was the player this season, last season for them.
Yeah,
he's on the bench most of the time this season.
Apparently, he has back injuries though and stuff like that, so that's why he hasn't.
It's crazy. Unfortunately, people, we've got to move on. But as I said,
let's
Pep
move on.
versus Klopp debate will be coming very, very soon. But the last thing I will say is and Tooth obviously is not here, but he's obviously Pep's guy. And one of the things that Tooth will say about this season compared to last season.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Dude, allow it, man. We're trying to do the poddy and man.
Oh my God.
I'm not even going to repeat that.
We're not going to say what he just said.
But
we'd be fully cancelled.
What Tooth did say is everyone wrote Man City off at the start of the season, which a lot of people did. And Pep did it without a real centre forward.
Yeah, a lot of people
and
did.
We'll just leave it there because we need to move on. But yes, let's move on. Let's move one lower now. And obviously, our Chelsea fan is in the building, so we have to talk about Chelsea's season. Now, Rash, before we get into what you're actually here for, just sum up how you're feeling about Chelsea's season. Third place finish. 18 points off Liverpool, 19 off the title. It was supposed to be a promising season. Everyone thought that Chelsea was going to be in amongst Liverpool and City this season. Even I said it.
I said Chelsea would win.
Yeah. I didn't quite work out that way. 2 cup finals, unfortunately, penalties, which is Russian roulette, happened. But just sum up how you see the season this season, leaving out the politics off the field.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't even know where to start, bro. To be honest, I think our season kind of started unfolding after Chilwell got injured. For me, I think that was the first stumbling block, which kind of stopped our charge, as it were, because we were like top just before Christmas. Back in November, we were top. We were doing quite well, and the team were performing. Some players were performing anyway over others. But yeah, it really comes down to what really hit the nail into the coffin for us was that Real Madrid comeback in the Champions League. For me, after they came back in the Champions League at the Bernabeu, I think that really defined our season and ended it for us. We nearly even lost third place, mate, to Spurs. That's how bad our season ended. And to be honest, I felt like we could have won the FA Cup. The final was so boring, bruv. The only good piece of thing in that was when Diaz hit the post or something, and then For me, as a Chelsea fan watching Diaz play, and the guy's been in the Premier League for 2 minutes, like it's like, what am I watching here? What are my boys not doing for this guy to be like playing in gear 5 and my boys are in gear 1? What are you saying, Steve?
Carry on. Don't pay attention to these guys.
I'm sorry. So yeah, I think for me, Tuchel's done very, very well in the fact that I guarantee you this: Lukaku wasn't his signing. 100% was not his signing. The board have come in and they were like, "You need a striker." He's like, "I want Haaland," and they were like, "We can't get you Haaland. We'll get you Lukaku." He's like, "All right, whatever."
I'm actually laughing at Lukaku, not at something that's been said.
But I just look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna sit here and support my boys no matter what. But when I know of a player's capability in a certain league, then you just understand just as a normal person. It's like Diego Forlan. Let's use Diego Forlan as an example, right? The guy was cack at United. Then he went to Spain and killed it. Just like Lukaku. Lukaku was cack at United, went to Inter, killed it, came to Chelsea, scored 4 goals, and he's like, yeah, I should be the main man.
But the thing is with Forlan, though, Forlan was actually technically very good as a footballer.
Yeah.
It's just that the speed of the league, it didn't suit him.
Exactly the same with Lukaku.
Uncle Lukaku made me believe that he got a little bit. He made me believe that he had bought some tech from Italy. I was like, hey, he's doing his job. But then he just put on weight and he just went to eat in Banku and all them things there, fam. And he's just put on weight.
For me, when you go to places like Italy and you're banging goals against Verona and Genoa and Atlanta. Actually, Atlanta are pretty good now.
They're a decent side, yeah.
Sassuolo, all these dead teams.
It's Sassuolo sick.
All these dead
borders,
teams, yeah. And then you come back to the league thinking you're a god because you scored a goal against fucking Genoa. Like, come on, bruv. Like, really? Are you gonna come here and try and tell me that you're gonna be the Donny when you oh man, don't even get me started on Lukaku.
Don't start.
I could be here for years talking about this guy. He's got all the capabilities, all of the freaking power, all of the left foot, right foot, you name it.
No, not right foot.
Hey, he's got a good goal against.
Yeah, but there was he closed his eyes.
Aston Villa.
He closed his eyes and hit it.
Aston Villa when he banged it.
He closed his eyes and hit the ball.
No, he had that one recently outside the box. Who did we fucking play? He scored
Wolves.
That was it. Wolves. The thing for me, with Lukaku, he's like, what's the best way to describe it? He's like a pre-teen. Yeah, you know when you're going through puberty and you need to be hugged. And you need to be hugged and you need to be, boy, you're so sick, bruv. Don't worry about all the mans. Oh, I love you, bruv. I love you. Here, pump some shit.
He's a very insecure footballer. Yeah.
He's so insecure, bruv.
Yeah,
He's so insecure that he needs to be loved. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And it's like, come on, bruv. You're on 300K a week. Show me something. Show me a fucking sprint, bruv.
Show me with him,
show me a give and go. Show me a pick and roll. Show me fucking something, bruv. You paid nearly over 100 million for this fucking piece of shit. And he's coming out like, oh, the system's all wrong. You are fucking playing 3-5-2 under Conte, bruv. What are you telling me the system's all wrong? No, you're telling me you don't want to run. You're a fucking footballer, bruv. You're supposed to be running. Supposed to be closing down, chasing the ball. If you're here as a prima donna, bruv, I don't want you at my club. I'm sorry, I don't. I respect Werner more than I respect fucking Lukaku. At least Werner runs and tries. Lukaku can't chase after the ball. And if he doesn't get the ball, he's like, he's all like this.
Yeah, he'll blame his players. Yeah, I always do. It's true. When
what's the bruv? Show me something.
It's true.
Listen. I'm here for this, by the way. But seeing as you brought him up, I didn't say anything. But seeing as you brought him up, people, I will find, hopefully I will find the clip, and the clip will be inserted here.
He's overly gassed.
Overly gassed. It's not
Wait, hold on.
Can I finish? though?
Why can't he be gassed? Okay, fine, go.
No, can I finish? Yeah. So like,
go.
I said to all you lot about the 15 goals. Yeah, he needs to do. He needs to do 15 goals. And then if he doesn't, you lot will give me that written apology. Now we've got it recorded. Now I'm here saying it. Yeah? How many goals has the man got?
5. He's only 10 away.
In the league? No. He's 11 away. Yeah, if he's at 15 plus.
No, 15 or more. No one says more than 15. You might as well just say 16 then.
All right, he's not
10 away. He's 10 away.
15
He's not
or
going to get
more.
to 15, but yeah, that's fine. I'll give you 15. 15 or more then.
I believe.
But look,
Some people owe certain people apologies, innit? Because at the beginning of the season, it was said, right, by Rash that the fat man wouldn't score 15 goals in the Premier League, right? They thought we were chatting rubbish.
He didn't even.
Right?
He hasn't even scored 5.
I co-signed Rash because I know how rubbish he is, right? And it came to fruition because he scored 8 goals in the Premier League. Yeah?
Oh, he scored 8. Okay.
8 goals in the Premier League. 8 goals and 1 assist in 26 games.
Yeah.
Right? And before people try before people start saying, oh, but he was on the bench, he had 16 starts and 10 as a sub. Right? So that's more than enough for somebody that's supposed to be elite to score. Right? At the start of the season, he scored 3 goals in 3 games. Then
I was sweating then. I'm not going to lie. I was sweating.
Then he went 8 games without scoring. But in between those 8 games without scoring, he did get injured and there was Corona. Then he scored, I think, 2 goals. And then he went 10 games without scoring. And then he scored towards the end of the season. He had 15 goals in all competitions.
Oh, so he got to 15.
Yeah, 15 goals in all competitions in 44 games. Right? And Chelsea, all 38 games in the Premier League, went to the League Cup final, went to the FA Cup final, and got to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. So I say no more. I'm going to hand over to the truth because he has some words that he needs to say to the both of us. So,
my turn?
Truth?
Is it my turn? Is it my turn now?
My turn!
I've been had. I've been took. Hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok. If anyone knows Malcolm X speech, if you know, then you know. I want to take this time and opportunity to apologize and admit my huge error in judgment concerning one, what's his name? Romelu?
Yeah.
Romelu Lukaku, aka Mark Henry, aka Lukaku, aka Audley Harrison. I made an extreme rare lapse of judgment.
L-Force, man.
And while there were circumstances which I will get to afterwards, because I've got my smoking gun, it's my fault that I allowed this guy, I let this guy corrupt me, mislead me with the goals that he scored in Italy. The shocking stats from this season should not be forgotten, and I believe it should be held against him anytime his name is mentioned along the likes of Park Chu-young that played for Arsenal. He's not fit to lace the boots of Tour Andre Flo.
Oh, Oh my God, the legend Andre Flo.
My
bro.
He was a
guy,
baller. Allow him. Allow
He's
him.
a baller, bro.
checkers,
But
bro.
I'm saying you got to fit the lace the beats of Toronto flow.
It's true.
But Kesman has a better history than Romelu Lukaku. I apologize to Ash. I pray next time I reserve my judgment and humble myself next time when discussing the likes of the such Chelsea players going forward. There we go.
Hold on.
Speech.
Hold on. Time out. No. Where's my
What?
apology?
But wait, where was your signature?
Hold on.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I
Rash
apologize
and
to you.
those- apologize to Rash and those who vote that shared the same opinion. All of those people out there, because it's not just you two. Other people have shared that same opinion across the internet. Such as who's that Chelsea guy? What's his name? The one that was
Rory Jennings.
Nah, not him.
Which
He's
guy?
idiot.
I didn't know.
The black guy.
Matisse.
Matisse, that's it. Matisse.
Yeah.
He shares the same opinion. So I apologize to you all. You're right. He's a fraud and shouldn't be playing football. Hopefully, we will be sold in the summer so we don't have to see his fat ass again. But most likely, we're going to see him and make fun of him when he's going to score a record 5 goals in 38 games next year.
What an apology.
The joke that bro, that was probably. I don't think an apology's gonna top that. That was fucking quality.
Yeah.
You even wrote that down, and I saw the handwriting as well. So yeah, that's big up to you, bro.
Trust me, that hurt me.
Just so everyone gets this straight who's watching. I let the boys go down to 10 league goals. Yeah? We got midway through the season, and I'm like, boys, do you want 10? I'll give you 10. That's how confident I was.
And he didn't even beat that.
And the man got to 8.
Can I just get my apology done as well?
Go on. ST.
Okay, so I would like to apologize to Rash and TJ for being hoodwinked, for being judge put on me, for being again bamboozled. I will never believe in Bolingi again. He is too big. He's been eating too much fufu. He needs to go back to the gym. He looks sloppy on the pitch. I should have known. I can't believe that I even believed in him. I don't know what I was drinking, and I don't even drink. I would like to, again, apologize to the whole Knights of the Round Table community for my stupid opinions. I am disgusted with myself. I need to take time out whilst without the podcast and think about the actions and the thoughts that I'm thinking. I clearly do not know football. As anybody who believes in Lukaku should not even watch football. I'm banned for watching football. And yeah, I'd like to formally apologize to everybody, and it won't happen again. I won't let Judge get a hold of me. I won't let Lukaku gas me into believing something that's not there. Lukaku is the David Hay of football. And I apologize to everybody. There you go.
Oh man.
ST, bro.
There you go. Your apologies,
That was worth, bruv. I've waited 9 months for these.
Listen. Furthermore, people. Mr. K obviously isn't here. He has to make an apology as well, and Jay as well, who probably won't be on, but he'll have to do that in the group chat.
I don't think you apologize, though.
We'll definitely get Mr. K's.
They ain't apologizing for
They
shit.
ain't apologizing.
We'll see.
That being said, guys, we need to touch on Tommy Tap Out Tuchel. Even though I believe that Lukaku was to blame, and at the end of the day, he's not the player that I thought that he was.
Yeah.
Tuchel needs to share some part of the blame in, first of all, me having to humble myself and give this apology, because I'm not letting him get away with it, because I do blame him. for not being able to create a system for Lukaku to shine. In this system, we have seen Chelsea's defenders be their top goal scorers of this team.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen in any top level elite side where your defenders score most of your goals.
Yeah.
I have seen this season him getting Lukaku, which may not be his signing, fair enough. But as an elite coach, you need to find some way to make it work. I have seen a total disjoint in terms of what he wants Lukaku to do and what he wants his number 10 to do, where Lukaku's not getting the ball being fed into him. The game against Man City, where he only touched the ball 7 times,
they won't pass it.
Yes, it looks bad on him, but if you saw the game where he was calling for the ball and not receiving it, I think it was about 15 times where more than that, sorry. He made runs or call for the ball up to about 20 times where it didn't happen. So we need to discuss the failure of top out Tuchel this season for finishing third.
You see, sorry, yeah, sorry. We see something. Listen, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to ignore it. I want to hear Rash. Yeah, I want to hear Rash. Yeah, criticize Tuchel as much as he has praised him last season, because unfortunately, this disappointing campaign essentially comes down to him.
I agree.
I mean, like I did say at the beginning, we've had a lot of injuries. Kovacic,
fair enough.
Chilwell, James, a lot.
Chilwell and James were the big two.
Chilwell for me was massive, and James, because James was just James right now is still popping off. Yeah, Havertz had Corona twice, right? Lukaku was missing for 9 games. Yeah, that was down to injury, Corona, his ego getting hurt because he wasn't considered the best player at the club because he was on the most money. Whatever the fuck he feels, I don't give a shit. Yeah, for me, this was Tuchel's first official season where he had it from the beginning to the end. Yeah, last season wasn't his first official. This season was, and he finished 3rd. Klopp, in his first season at Liverpool, finished 8th. Yeah, Pep in his first season at City finished 3rd. First full season he finished 3rd, and Klopp finished 8th. So for me, yes, Tuchel did wrong. We won 2. You could say we won 2 cups because they are cups. We got to 2 finals, and we just got pipped to the post by Real Madrid in the quarters after being 3-0 up at the Bernabeu, which isn't an easy place to fucking go to score 3 goals, first off. Yeah? So as much as I can say Tuchel did wrong, but I'm looking at it as a whole picture. Yeah, there was some results that he could have won, like the draw at home to Wolves in like the 97th minute.
But then, this is the thing. Just opposing your point, you're correct. But I'm not criticizing Tuchel for finishing 3rd. I'm criticizing Tuchel for finishing so far behind Man City and Liverpool, because I'm talking about coming down to the games against your likes of Burnley and your Brightons, where you got the team to beat them. But I've always said it: playing 3 at the back is not a long-term solution.
Yeah.
If you are elite, you have to play 4 at the back, because you cannot. I know he got the balance right, and maybe Chilwell, I do say Chilwell, but he should have been good enough to then adjust that formation to get the most of what the squad that he had.
I agree. I mean, like, we did go back to a 4 a couple of times.
I know, a couple of times.
It was awful.
It was awful. It didn't work. They didn't know what they were doing.
Alonso, because especially now Chilwell, because you know what it is, you lot don't have left backs, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Both Chilwell and Alonso are attacking left wing backs.
Yeah.
And Reece James is and with Reece James would probably be the only one who could play right back. I think Reece James is an elite footballer. But it all comes down to, and what I will blame
Tuchel. There's been talk that he might be handing in a transfer request.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Who?
James.
To go where?
I don't know. Apparently, there's been talks. So there's what I've heard. There's been talks of Reece James, Lukaku, Pasilic, and Ziyech. So Ziyech.
if Reece James is handing in a transfer request,
you
I'll
lot,
take him in a heartbeat. mate.
that means he's been talking to City.
I
And
mean,
that's
I'll
the
break
only
the
place
bank
he's
for
gonna
Reece James.
go.
I mean, the
Okay,
only
I'll take him.
I'd bite your hand off for him.
I'll
But
take
my
it.
whole thing is, I think if he's handed in a transfer request, it's only because he's been talking to Kyle Walker at Man City.
Yeah.
this is only what I've heard and the things that I've read. So what Chelsea are trying to do right now, they're trying to give him a bumper deal, to try and fend off his
100.
his move. Right now for me, he's probably the best right wing back in the league. You could argue against.
I agree.
Both ways, both ways.
I still think it's
Nah,
James.
give me Reece all day.
I'll take
He's
Reece is a better defender.
Same goal output, but a better defender. I'll take that.
Yeah. Reece James should be England's number one.
Agreed.
For the rest of the time.
I think Trent's improved defensively, but Reece is better. Reece is a better all round. And also
definitely this season, you've seen Trent pulling some tackles, like some last ditch tackles as well. It's like, he's sliding. Never seen a man slide in my life, so he's finally doing that, which is good for him.
Tackling has improved, but the one weakness that Trent always had is his people cutting back onto his left foot where he doesn't know how to tackle, and his positioning sometimes, but that's not his fault. But Reece James, he doesn't have that problem for me. And I'll still put Kyle Walker in between the both of them because I love Kyle Walker. He's been solid.
Kyle Walker for me. 100.
I think he works better in a back three next to Reece Walker on the right side.
Walker, that's fair. Walker works everywhere for me. He was injured. And Vinicius.
He had Vinicius. Vinicius only got past him once. And man was on one leg. But Rash, quickly, because we need to wrap up because we still need to go into the Champions League. Obviously, we'll go into more detail as everything gets signed, sealed, and delivered. But it looks like new owners are coming through the door. It looks like you're then going to be able to look at transfers and try and speak to. We know that Rudiger and Christensen have gone, but you can still talk to Aspie, you can still talk to Alonso. Koundé, apparently that deal's back on and whatnot. In terms of Tuchel, obviously the truth bore it up. If I know we're into a new era, but just say everything's still the same with Chelsea. If Tuchel doesn't get the start that he's supposed to, could he be gone by December? Is this season a make or break for him?
100%. So for me, this is his first actual season where he can put some money into the team. So if he doesn't recruit well, and if he doesn't at least finish second, he should be sacked.
Ooh. So what about close out every finishing third?
No.
So what if it's a 3-horse race? But because
if it's tight, if it's tight, then fair enough. If it's like 1 or 2, 3 points, but if it's a fucking 19-point gap, like it
100, 100, he's got to go.
He's got to go. I'm sorry.
What I want to see from Tuchel as well, and I think Truth touched on it. Yes, his defensive players are benefiting, but he has to find a way to monopolize his attack. Those players in general, they're not that bad for them to be attacking the way they do. Chelsea don't score enough goals. I just, I always blame the players. Yes, they're not his players, but I don't think Tuchel sets up to actually go out and attack. I think Tuchel is a very possession-based manager in terms for a German. I would say he is, which is quite surprising because a lot of the Germans, they like to counter-attack. But he's very good with possession. But I don't think he's put Chelsea in the best position for them to, when they are monopolizing possession, to like go and attack teams. He's good, like for example, when it's like a 1-0 and you can defend the lead and stuff like that.
Even 1-0, bro. 1-0, I'm scared because then we just shut off.
Yeah,
so
that's
when
why
we
I see a
go
lot from Chelsea.
When we go to 1-0, you see teams like Liverpool, Man City killing teams off. They can just pass between themselves. When we get to 1-0, we start shitting ourselves and then we concede. And it's like, I don't get it. Like last season, Mendy was like a wall. The man was like, you'd look at him and strike fear in you. Now it's like, you can score past me.
He's a bit suspect, isn't he?
Yeah, man. Ever since
he came back from the African Nations Cup. Yeah,
exactly. Mate, they put some juju on him, I'm telling you.
Yeah, big straight. Let's Obia.
Mendy knew he did his job when he kicked out them North Africans, bro. That's what he did, bro.
Twice.
Twice.
Oh,
but,
man.
Salah and Mane are still beefing in the changing room, bro.
But mate, the FA Cup final when Mendy saved Salah's Mane's penalty,
Mane.
it gave me
Yeah.
hope, bruv. It gave me hope. And then you know when Mason Mount stood up,
bruv, I knew, bruv. Lord,
Nah, I
Mason
knew,
Mount.
I knew it. I knew it as well. When he stood up, I was like, he's missing straight away, bruv.
It's mad, yeah, because I got recorded on my boy because we were watching the game. He literally said that Mason Mount was going to miss before Mason Mount took, like, way before he took the penalty at the start. And then when he missed, I was like, oh my days, you're correct.
The joke was I was in Portugal on the stag. So we're watching it in a bar with bare Liverpool and Chelsea fans, right? And so my boy, Rikesh, is a Liverpool fan. So he's recording Mane's penalty again. We've won. Mane's going to smash. Misses. And he's got the video, bruv. I was going ham. I was like, keep recording, you fucking cunt. And then
me and ST knew that Mane was gonna miss though. Like when it comes down to these Africans there, these Bushmen taking penalties.
This is what I'm saying. Black people, listen, you black Africans, the West Africans never take your penalties. They're shit. Ghana, Nigeria, all of them. You see the way Cameroon took their penalties. Listen, the only reason why they won, is because listen, I don't know what the juju was, in Senegal, but they did it. The guy did it right for once.
They did it.
None of them never take penalties again in their lives. You leave it to the white man. The white man will score you though.
But not Mason Mount. But we gotta move on.
But he's English. They missed everything all the time.
Finally, people, listen. Champions League final coming up. Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Liverpool obviously going for a treble. Obviously won't be as good as United, but a treble nonetheless. Real Madrid
I did take that in there.
Real Madrid, is it 14 or 15?
14.
No, this will be if they win it, this will be their 14th.
14th, I think.
14th Champions League title. The journey, we've seen Real Madrid, they look like they're dead. They look like they were dead. I mean, even in the group stage, they look like they were dead. They got through. They look like
That's the joke. I don't
Listen,
know.
Real Madrid banged Jude as well.
Remember at one point we were saying we were going to have Real Madrid and Barcelona in the Europa League.
That is the joke. That is the joke. I forgot about that. With the loss against Sharif or whatever their name is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody's talking about Mane banging Jude. Real Madrid banged Jude. They banged the serious Jude. I don't know how they're still. I don't know how they're still there. I don't know.
Who was their manager before Ancelotti?
Zidane.
Yeah.
Zidane left.
No.
Yeah.
Zidane, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Before Ancelotti went in there, who was the manager at the start of the season?
Who's Zidane?
Zidane, bro.
Zidane was
gonna get sacked.
Ancelotti came in this season. He was there at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, because
he left Everton
Zidane left.
and
Zidane
went there.
Left, yeah,
he left
Zidane
Everton and went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, because Zidane left.
This is because Zidane left.
Sure?
Yeah, you can check it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, look. So Liverpool, Real Madrid. Truth for you, right? Obviously, both teams have a steamed history in the Champions League. Obviously, Real Madrid way ahead of everybody else, but Liverpool still have 6 European Cups to their name. I think it's either their second or third in the all-time list. Where's this one going? Where is this game going to be won and lost? Because we've seen Real Madrid come back from the dead against Chelsea, come back from, listen, not even the dead, bruv, come back from the pits of hell against Man City, bruv, to get through. So, and then Liverpool, who did Liverpool even play? Sorry, I'm trying.
Villarreal,
Benfica.
Villarreal, who they
obviously
they've
had an easier route through. Inter Milan, which if they didn't go down to 10 men at Anfield, they could have lost that game.
Yeah.
But Truth, where's this going for you? What are you saying? Real Madrid and Liverpool.
I've learned my lesson, boy. I've learned my lesson. I can't, as much as I want Liverpool to do it, win the Champions League because I just like the team more. I can't get by what Real Madrid have done this season. The name is on that trophy. Yeah, somehow they will go 5-0 down and come back and win this trophy. I just feel that the name is on it. Their players are going there with so much belief that even if they go 1-0 down, they're going to come back and do it. Even if it's a 97th minute in injury time, they'll come back and do it. So as much as I want Liverpool to do it, which I do, I think they deserve it considering the season that they have. I am not brave enough to bet against Madrid. I'm not brave enough. They've done it. You can't do it 3 times in a row against PSG, Chelsea, and Man City. And then who's brave? If you must be a brave person to bet against Madrid. I'm sorry. So my everything is just put into Madrid doing it. So I'm gonna stick with Madrid.
No, I hear that. Listen, at the end of the day, I forgot about PSG, to be honest, because you even need to remember the PSG thing, bro. So it's absolutely crazy the run that Real Madrid has been on. And when you look at Uncle Benzi, bro, and the resurgence that he's had this season, he's had this season, yeah. And this is what people, we need to educate guys, man, them. Obviously, we're of the older generation. We need to educate these youngers on Benzema because people just think that Benzema was rubbish and he couldn't play football and all of a sudden out of nowhere. Listen, this was the guy that everyone wanted when he was at Lyon, bruv. He was banging goals for Lyon like stupid. Fergie made him a prime target. Huh?
Yeah. He was scoring bad man goals as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad man goals at
Fergie
17.
made him a prime target for United, but obviously he decided that he wanted to go to Real Madrid. He then changed his game to accommodate Cristiano, bro.
And so was still bagging goals.
And still getting goals, but just not on the scale that Cristiano was getting. So he was being selfless for the team, for Cristiano, and to get the Champions Leagues that he's gotten. Cristiano's now gone. If people forget, Kaká was there as well when he went there. Right, and he's outlasted so many players, and now he's become the main man again, taking the captain's armband. And bro, he's just showing what he showed when he was at Lyon. So just for you youngers, listen, Uncle Benzi's been doing this for a while, innit?
Old man Benzi's been on smoke.
Don't get it twisted. But
how old is Benzi now?
35,
something like that.
35.
34,
34.
Yeah. But ST for you, like, I know what the truth said. Obviously, they've come back so many times. Real Madrid, obviously, wrapped up in the Champions League. They're difficult to go against. But is this one step too far? Is this Liverpool team a juggernaut that you cannot afford to go 2-0, 3-0 down to? There's no aggregate. It's a one-off game. Right? Is this Liverpool too much, or will Real Madrid? It's just fate that Real Madrid are going to get the victory in the Champions League.
Honestly, bro, even though if I was to pick any team to beat Real Madrid, it would be Liverpool. For the simple fact is because of the speed of attack, you need to beat Real Madrid with speed and talent and pace. But my problem is there's a few things. First of all, I think Real Madrid's name is written on it. To be honest, all that beating PSG that time, and Real Madrid have done it before. They've beaten Liverpool before. You know what I mean? Mentally, they've got the edge. I feel that Real Madrid have a history of winning and all that stuff. And also, everybody keeps forgetting as well. This is a big problem. I think Thiago's injured. I think.
Yeah.
He's injured, and I would have thought, I would have been more comfortable him being in the team, Liverpool winning, because I'll be honest, with Henderson, Keita, and
what Fabinho? Is Fabinho still injured?
I'm not sure about Fabinho. All good players, but they don't keep the ball as well as the Messi crosses. And Thiago, exactly. And I think with Thiago, he would have been dominating that midfield, if I'm being honest. But now that
his second half of the season for Liverpool has been amazing.
But he just needed to adapt to the league. I think
dominating the midfield over Modric.
Sorry?
Dominating the midfield over Modric.
That's just it. The thing is with Luka doesn't have legs anymore. Thiago has.
He doesn't need to.
No, he does. I mean, if you're playing against certain teams, he struggled last time against Chelsea, against you guys last year.
Yeah,
I mean, amazing, but obviously you need to beat players like that. You need legs and stuff like that, and I don't think that Liverpool have that in the midfield too much. I think they have it up front, but my thing is this: Thiago would be a big miss for them, and I think that Real Madrid will win. If I'm being honest, I can't stand Liverpool. I don't want Liverpool to win. I'll be laughing at Liverpool anyway, but I think Real Madrid will win. If I'm being
No,
honest.
fair enough.
I think Liverpool have a better team though. Like I think now
Yeah.
that you mention it, I think team wise, I think Liverpool actually outmatch.
Yeah, they
I
do.
know you say Thiago, but
You'd pick the entire Liverpool defense over the Real Madrid defense.
yeah, of course.
Facts. You'd only put Benzema up front, Mane, Salah on the wings, and then the rest of the team is Liverpool. Benzi only fits into that Liverpool squad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'd
agree.
take- I'd
maybe
take-
Vinny might have a shout. Maybe.
Over Mane and Salah
Over
Yeah.
Salah.
this
What?
season. Well, really?
Over Salah.
Vinny.
Yeah.
No,
over Salah.
Vinny's only a shout with Benzema. They go together. You can't have Benzema or
You can't have
Vinicius or Vinicius
it's
or
true.
They need to go together.
They do.
Otherwise, it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
no, that's what I said. I'd have
they-
Benzema, Vinicius, and Mane. That's what I said.
Or you could do a
Man said-
4-2-3-1 and
Man
have a
said he went on
Benzi,
Salah, you know.
have a Benzi, Mane,
Bruv,
Salah,
Bruv,
Vinicius.
Salah, bruv.
Salah's
I'm
been
not
awful
talking-
the second
I'm not,
half
I'm not
of the
talking.
season.
I'm not talking about based on overall. I'm talking about your performance this season. Salah's been absolute dog shit since he's come
Yeah,
back from the Africa Cup of Nations. He's done
But then
nothing.
Mane's-
Mane's been there.
No.
Mane and Diaz have been their two biggest players.
You have to remember when you're playing a player like Salah, yeah, you don't need him to be playing at his best. The fact that he's Mohamed Salah already it makes the opposition play a certain way. So
Yeah,
it's,
right.
100%.
but it's not.
But my whole thing is that he doesn't contribute when he doesn't score, and he hasn't been scoring.
Yeah.
He is contributing. He is contributing because he's having attention. Like people always have one eye over the shoulder because Salah's playing. If you don't have Salah, you could afford to ignore somebody else that's on that side. But you can't ignore Mohamed Salah.
Bruv, I'd take Salah one-on-one all day long because he's not technically gifted enough to get past a very good defender.
He's scored solo goals this season. That's crazy
Bruv,
to say.
I said he's not technically gifted to get past the defender one-on-one. It's unfortunate in the Premier
hasn't
League.
got
A
the
lot of
pace.
the fullbacks are bullshit.
For
A
me,
lot of the
Salah,
fullbacks
versus
are dog
Mendy.
shit.
for me,
Versus
Salah,
Mendy, who's going to be our position.
Oh no! I'm saying that, but obviously when you look at the opposition of Ferland Mendy, of course he's going to have a shot because Ferland Mendy likes to go forward and defensively he's awful. But I know that I would be comfortable.
you see Mendy starting.
Say that again.
You see Mendy starting though.
Yeah, he'll start.
Ferland Mendy, yeah. For Real
He'll
Madrid,
start
yeah,
over
no one else.
Marcelo's
Marcelo's
ancient
Marcelo's like 72 years old.
Yeah.
He's not started.
now. He's not starting, yeah.
But Rash, for you, who's winning? Real Madrid, Liverpool. Liverpool for you. Listen, I think we're going to split because I'm with Rash. I think Liverpool
Fair
win.
enough.
Obviously, it dependent on if Van Dijk. I don't even need Thiago. If Van Dijk and Fabinho are fit, I say Liverpool win it. As long as those two are fit, I say Liverpool win it. Obviously, if they have all three of them, like Van Dijk, Fabinho, and Thiago, it's not even a game.
Yeah,
It's not even a game. And I get
much-
what you lot are saying. I'm just 100% understand. Because it just looks like fate that Real Madrid are going to win it. But I
I
just
want them to win it. Don't get me wrong.
I want Real Madrid to win it.
How
I
much
don't
is this
think
a
Liverpool win it.
revenge mission, though? How
Yeah,
much is
exactly.
this? Because
Exactly.
you know Salah's burning. That's why I'm
Yeah,
surprised
of
he's
course.
not enough Salah in such a game. He's burning for this.
The
That
thing
first
is,
Champions League.
When you look at the Champions League and you see Real Madrid, right, they've come through some near-death experiences, like Troy said. Right? They have, yeah. And for me, if Liverpool go 2-0 up, I don't see them conceding 3 goals with 3 minutes to spare. They're not built like that.
Yeah.
Well, Real Madrid
It's
are
very
better.
rare.
that's
It's very rare. Listen, it's very rare that Liverpool concede a lot of goals. Like,
But they did it to Villarreal, right? Villarreal
this.
took them to the that first half.
yeah, exactly, of course. And then Liverpool came back. And my whole thing is, I put it to you like this: if Liverpool score first, the game's over.
Yeah,
Real Madrid
I agree with that.
have to
I
score
agree with
first.
that.
No,
I think this is the
I
one.
don't
team,
agree.
This is the one team where Real Madrid cannot afford to go behind because
I
they're
agree.
not coming back.
I don't agree. I don't
Because
agree.
with Man City,
Man City not killers like that.
with Man City, A, they're not killers like that, and B, with Man City, even if they go 1-0 up, they're still going to look to dominate the football. Liverpool can go 1-0 up and dominate the football if Thiago's playing, but they can also go the other way, sit back and just say, you know what, we're going to counter-attack on you. That's the difference between Man City and Liverpool in that sense, if they go up. I think if Real Madrid go 1-0 up, I still think Liverpool can come through, but it then makes it a game. It makes it a game if Real Madrid score first.
I think Madrid will not sweat but an eyelid if if Liverpool go 1-0 up. Even if Liverpool go 2-0 up, I don't think Madrid will bat an eyelid because they've been here. What they got to be afraid of?
No, I hear that.
I get it.
Lucky to be
I
here.
get it, but this Liverpool outfit is completely different to what
They are different.
And remember, I said it's not
the
2
league,
legs,
yeah?
it's 1 leg. And you got to remember, in each of the first legs that they've played, they've lost them.
Real have, yeah.
That's true, but look, we are remembering, Liverpool have not come up against a Benzema. All he needs is one, and he's going to find the gap. He's going to find the gap. Vinicius versus Trent.
I can't wait for that.
I'm not safe about Vinicius versus Trent.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be popcorn settings.
And Rush is correct. If Cruz and Modric just get a hold of that football and start playing this team about, it will be trouble. And they've got the likes of Camavinga to bring on that can dominate a midfield as well.
The problem I have with Cruz and Modric is I don't think that, again, this is why I say this Liverpool outfit's all wrong for them. They're coming up against, even if Thiago coming up against legs. Yeah. And I just think they're going to absolutely smother them. Who?
Casemiro is injured.
Casemiro. He's fit.
I think
he was just banned. Wasn't he banned?
Okay. Yeah, I think something like that.
Real Madrid arrested quite a lot of players because they won their league.
Yeah, remember, exactly. I don't think legs is going to be an issue for Modric and Cruz in this, because this is their last time they played was like, I want to say 11 days ago or 10 days ago.
No, but even that, not all of their players were playing as well. Real Madrid wrapped up the league a while ago, so. Yeah,
they're well rested. I think this is going to be a one-off game, and if they have to be on Cruz and Modric for the entire game. In fact, they have to force Cruz and Modric to come off, because if they get into a thing of playing, Liverpool are a type of team that like to sit back eventually after that first 15 minutes. They like to sit back. So Liverpool do need that goal in the first minute, but I don't think Madrid will bat an eye. Madrid won't bat an eye for that.
I agree to you to a certain point, but where we got to look at Liverpool as well, like Van Dijk's not 100%, and neither is Salah. So
a lot of those players are running on empty as well, bro.
This is it.
On that, so that's the only reason why I think Real Madrid might have a chance, because if Van Dijk picks up a big knock and if Salah picks up another knock, then yeah, it could be game over. But yeah, Liverpool, their defense is too strong, bro.
It's a nuts.
Defense is too strong.
It's a nuts one, and we're gonna find out what happens in the Champions League final, because I think it's going to be a goal. If it's anything compared to the Real Madrid games that we've had in the Champions League, we're in for an exciting game, and I hope so, with Real Madrid coming out and Uncle Ben.
Come out, TJ said that they're going to be a boring 0-0.
Yeah, oh yes, bruv. You know, like that, bruv. Parking the bus, truck, playing and all sorts, bruv.
Liverpool left, right.
Oh yeah, we have to give a quick shout out to boy. Mourinho.
God, what is it today?
Jose!
My freaking name, bruv.
Jose!
TJ. Sorry.
TJ.
Sorry, TJ's boy, Mourinho. Sorry.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I only said it once. He said it. It's him. He's wearing off on me, bro.
Nah, but shout out to Maureen, bruv. Obviously, he's completed the set in terms of European
the first
trophies.
person.
So shout out to who?
Maureen.
Tammy Abraham. Tammy,
Tammy.
Shout out to Smaldini, bruv. Showing Harry Maguire how a real defender.
Shout out to Mkhitaryan and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Yeah, we all got people there.
Bruv, he looks like he's been on the too much pizza, bro. He's getting too big. Have you seen him?
Bruv, it's nuts, bruv. I can't believe like all these rejects.
Tammy shouldn't have left. We replaced Tammy with Lukaku, bruv. What the fuck? Tammy got 20 goals for us last season across all competitions, and we got rid of Giroud, Tamari, and they won the fucking league with AC Milan. Do you know how I feel? Do you know how I fucking feel? Giroud, bro.
Even Arsenal must feel like dickheads as well, because Aubameyang's gone to Champions League. Bellerin's won a cup.
Bellerin won a cup.
It's crazy, bruv. It's crazy, but people, we need to wrap up there. Let us know what you think in the comment section about City and Liverpool. Were City deserving of it? Do we have to give a trophy to Liverpool for finishing second? for the journey, as the chief
Also-
said. Would say,
Yes.
Also, will Ten Hag survive the whole season?
Oh, this is the next apology.
This is the next apology,
Raj,
fans,
I hope
that
you're
we've
ready for
written.
next season, boy.
All the boys in this chat right now, all of them, you can see them here, yeah? They've all reckon,
This is the receipt.
they
Rash
all
said
think,
that
this is the
10
receipt.
out of 10
This is
hard.
signed, yeah? This is Ten Hag, whatever, Ten Hag, however
10
you
out
want
of
to say it.
10.
This guy, for me, won't last the season. But everyone else thinks he does. So if I lose again, if I win again, and all these boys, especially, gonna write me a lovely. Sorry,
TJ.
TJ. Apologies, TJ. Sorry,
we're
bro.
giving this guy more work.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
apologize.
people. If
Yeah.
the bet is if Ten Hag last the season? Rash said he won't. The rest of us say he will. It's been signed and delivered. The receipt is here. We'll come back to this next season and see what happens. But let us know what you think in the comment section about Chelsea. Is Tuchel going to be under pressure this season? Will he be gone if he doesn't compete in the league or the Champions League? Obviously, the Ten Hag one, you can join in that as well. And the Champions League final, who's going to win it? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be Real Madrid? Is it Real Madrid's time again? Or will Liverpool overcome all the odds in a marathon of a season for them and complete a treble that still doesn't match Man United's? But I want to say thank you very much to my guys, The Truth ST, and a special thank you to my guy, Rash. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Take it easy, man.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you.
It's a good
Thanks for
show.
having me.
Dave.
People coming up. Obviously, we're going to have a review of the Champions League. Also coming up, United Talk will be back. We're also going to have, I haven't discussed it with The Truth, but we're going to have Arsenal Talk as well. That's not going to include.
I'm retired.
No. We need to talk. We need to talk.
We're
We need to talk.
going to have an Arsenal talk with only Arsenal fans. So I won't be here. ST won't be here. Rash won't be here. We'll leave it to The Truth. We'll leave it to KA.
Actually,
We'll
we
leave
could
it
do
to
that.
Jay.
We could do that.
Jay to
You
sort out.
need the NBA catch up.
Yeah, NBA. Don't worry, the NBA will be back as well. Before
That was a good stream. I enjoyed that, though.
It looks like it'll be wrapped up pretty soon, so we might be doing NBA talk for the finals sooner rather than later.
Boxing talk as well.
Obviously, boxing talk. Fight talk is back in the next 2 weeks. Athletics talk will be coming as well. I leave it to The Truth to sort out F1 and all that. So, people, we got so much content coming for you. So yeah, as usual. Before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, subscriptions up, smash that like button. I say all the time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. But people, stay safe out there. Be safe. It's been a fantastic poddy. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.